Going live. Good morning, welcome to today's review of the markets. Let's get on immediately and look at the potential risk events. Well, we've seen the Japan's monetary policy minutes already released there. They've been digested by the markets throughout the Asian session. We've had Australian inflation there coming in as expected. It's not dipping. They would like to see this dip, of course, so inflation's holding on. This might lead to Australia eventually increasing rates again. They are behind the curve a little bit when you look at the numbers, however. It doesn't seem to have been a reaction to in the markets like they're going to increase rates anytime soon. The rest of the day, sorry, I've got these, got a lot of, just need to filter out these low impact data. There we go, it's easy to see now. So the rest of the day we've got core durable goods this afternoon for the US at 1:30, and Swiss National Bank Jordan speaking at 5:45, so not a great deal to be worried about the impact of. Other speakers today, I'm looking, we've got an ECB speaker at 1 o'clock. That is it. The speakers then at 4 o'clock. We've got SEC speaker testifying on Bitcoin. Okay, so if you're a Bitcoin trader, that might create something there. Swiss National Bank Jordan, I've already said that. Sorry, it's 6 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock he's speaking, so later afternoon. In the afternoon. Right, let's get on, look at the technicals. We'll start off looking at euro dollar here. Start from big picture, looking what's going on. Well, it still remains bearish. Sometimes I look at these markets and think, I'm bearish on them. Why don't I just take a bearish position and hold in there? But it's this need to be trading in and out the markets. I don't know. But either way, what we're getting at the moment, well, you look at the daily chart here, and it's obviously very downside. This is why a position trade would be better than sitting in day trades, is because on a daily basis we are getting these sort of retracements coming through. Yesterday, I mean, it went from 8 o'clock in the morning, it pushed through, it did eventually catch the pivot, and then it was rolled off towards its S1, but took a while. What time was it really when it started selling off? 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, so that's the normal sort of period. That's where we're getting the turns coming in. 2, 3 o'clock, it's come off there. Selling off today again. I've just got to, I need to wait. It might get up to these daily pivot here. I was just about to put an alert on, but it's not really got a lot of legs in it. Even if it does start selling, look, it's all pinched for the pivot, so we'll have to look technically at other points of support. The weekly S1's not far away. We're already through the S2 for the monthly figures. Got the S3 kicking below. It's not a good target because it's only got a 7% chance of being hit, but on a market like this it might become a good target. Okay, anyway, so euro looks bearish, not necessarily able to get into it. The pound is similar, although it's got a again, look, it's just sold and sold retrospectively. It's so easy to trade markets, isn't it? You'll get some clown saying, well, you sell up there and you close it down here. Anyway, that was me. So we'll look at this at the moment, and I'm just waiting to see if we get a move back to the pivot. I just need retracements to sell into. No retracement, no sell for me. I'm not just taking a go with. Yen's too difficult to trade at the moment. It's quite bitty and not necessarily moving too much. Bigger picture is probably making it look a lot easier. Because of the risk that sits with it of intervention, I've kept away from it, but it appears that doesn't look like it's going to materialize with their discussion of keep on easing. So decent retracement will give me an opportunity. Aussie dollars carrying on its rollover here. It's pretty close to what I was looking at last week to start adding into positions, but break of these lows will be quite significant. It's pattern wise, it's just sort of pushing it over some more. Again, lower highs, lower lows, retracement necessary. So you can catch the picture from this morning. US dollar CAD, This has been a slower mover. It did move. It did have a more solid move, but it's mainly yesterday morning. It's sort of, well, say mainly yesterday morning. You look at it. It did push up, and then it just side by side bars, and this is the risk of trying to get into some of these markets. If they're not clean movers, leave them alone, because you get into something like this, you waste a whole day. Yes, okay, if you'd been on the long side of this, it might have kept you in, unless you moved your stop or something and it just whipped back and caught it. But it's best. It's not a clean market, in the clean looking market, so leave it alone. New Zealand dollar. Well, the New Zealand dollar's been holding. It had been holding up quite well, but not today. It's a lower high kicking through there, and well, there's lower highs. It's got a chance maybe of a breakdown here and a continuation back to these prior lows towards its daily S3. Again, 7% type trades normally, but these markets are just spilling over. US dollar Swissy, again, just solid trend. I said yesterday, I need a retracement, and it's not giving me one. Patience is needed. Euro yen, it's chopping it like mad, really not interested. Pound, it's spent the last 4 or 5 days chopping in a tight range. Euro Aussie, again, look, solid ranges. These will become interesting to me when they start breaking down. We haven't got the clean price action. The two of them are both sharing time of being the weakest. Okay, the euro might just be pitching up here with a little lower high, a higher low rather. Might just be turning the corner a little bit. It might have more upside. Euro CAD, across these lows here. We'll see what happens when we start getting a breakdown, but there could be some potential in Euro CAD. Euro New Zealand, I was expecting more downside yesterday. It did come off for me part way, but I did trail the stop a little, and it's stopped me on this, so flat on this at the moment, and it's put a higher low in doing so. I expected, as it started coming down, putting a little lower highs in, that if it went back to break those levels, it would take out the highs, and sure enough it has. Bit in between at the moment there. As I said, New Zealand dollar had been sitting there as a stronger market. Other pair, the pound Aussie, again, difficult one to get into, spending lots of time in chop. This is yesterday's. This is just the hourly chart from yesterday to today. Pound CAD, similar, not really giving us much in the way of big moves. Had put a sort of trend line across the lows yesterday, but like the Euro CAD, it pitched up first, and well, became very unattractive. So a lot of unattractive markets. What's the best thing to do? Be patient. If there's one or two opportunities there that might come to something. The Euro CAD was the one I was just looking at a moment ago. But if this pushes up and breaks this little high here, well, it might be on for the long side at some stage. But it's yeah, I'll walk away from the short ideas. Okay. The gold was coming off yesterday when I was looking at it, and it's off a bit this morning overall. Let's just go to the big picture here. So gold just continuing to roll off this morning. At the moment we're breaking sort of key levels as we run through here. Just very soft. It's actually into its weekly S2 at the moment, just catching on, and then pretty much just bouncing off that, but looking weak. It's just such a strong dollar we're dealing with for now. Now, of course, something might change there at some stage, but we wait. Oil consolidation on the dailies here. Really, when it's like this, it's very dangerous. Can whip either way quite quickly. You saw it yesterday. It just actually carried on rolling through till 8 o'clock, and then the rally later, but can be quite an iffy market. Saying that, it's sort of just looking at the pattern there. It has broken. Just drop this down a bit. There's a trend line running down the lows here. It's got the lower high there, so it's significant. Let me just draw it on. It's easier to describe it. If I can get the pen on there somewhere around there. There we go. So you got this lower high, so it's broken that downward little trend there. Perhaps we're back in for a long, but I'll be patient, wait for this through into the afternoon. personally because I trade the Western Texas. Right, looking at the equity markets, just very high level. Well, as I said yesterday, as much as the big money's coming into these markets, the money's coming out of them. They're being sold at the moment. So long as they're being sold, if you just leave these alone, I'm certainly or be on the short side. There's no reason to be looking to be buying these. There's no signals. There's not even any retracements by looks of things here that we're seeing that are clear enough to get jumping in really. So maybe some on the shorter time frames. You trading the short time frames, there'll be opportunities, but largely here, look, it did break off at 2 o'clock yesterday on the Nasdaq, but when the market starts forming these choppy periods, yes, you're going to get some breakouts at times, and if it's in a decent downward trend, hopefully it's going to go with you. But there is the risk of it. We saw the spike on Friday there. It just went literally looking like it was going to just break down, and it just teased, and it took a while before it broke down. Just get this a little bit. Anyway, there we go. That's the markets today. Lots of patience needed. Sit on your hands is my advice. Take care, and I'll catch you in the morning. Bye for now.